that city's probably okay without bombard. Oh, there you go. They got a siege tower on play, but it's 10 turns out. I would imagine this builder's coming over to chop it out. Get that siege tower up there. But that'll be a stalemate there until they have that. Knights coming online in 3 cities here. So again, they're defending pretty well. It's going to be an interesting play, but the fact that you're making Russia build knights and crossbowmen instead of doing culture things is a victory, really. Well, you have China down here just chilling in their little cocoon. China, well, China's religion's more of an internal religion, right? So they have, they've grabbed missionary zeal. Religious units ignore movement cost on terrain. That's interesting. That was an interesting choice. But yeah, they're spamming wonders and then getting +6 faith for all the wonders, right? And then they also have sacred places. So each city that has that is following this religion and has a wonder gets +2 science, culture, golden faith. So that's like every city if you have a wonder in each city, right? So this is much more of an internal thing. They founded the one belief, and I'm assuming they're going to found the other one with this apostle. They might have it go around and spread a little bit because if they took the promotion on that apostle and it was like +2 spreads or +3 spreads, then it would allow them to go around and spread with the apostle. He's actually heading up north to maybe spread it to his neighbor here, I guess, to Rome. He's going to want to give it to Rome, I guess, too, because it'll help him up there. So he might have gotten like a +2 charges promotion. So he's like, oh, I'll just go spend the promotions up north here and then evangelize the belief, potentially. Sacred places, yes. Sacred places. It's kind of like Uluru, a sacred place. It's part of the mod. All right, so here we go, back at it, and Tver, however you pronounce that, has lost most of their walls here due to bombard action, and I don't know if there's an answer to these bombards. These bombards. Oh, and there's this. Yeah, who said that they liked Russia's position in chat? Who was that again? Under siege. The musket's dead. Here comes another musket. Josh with the biddies. Thank you, buddy. Norway indeed. Thank you for the biddies, Josh. No foreign cities with wonder help him or no? No, it'll just help his. It'll only help. Like, it'll help Rome out. It won't give a bonus to China, but it'll help his teammate Rome out. Game's going great, Josh. It's going really good. So yeah, I just don't think these crossbowmen are going to be able to take down these bombards fast enough to keep the walls up. Now this flanking encampment here could make it difficult to kind of get around the city and take it down. There are muskets on this flank that are going to make it difficult to move. The cuirassiers, though, are going to be able to negate a lot of that problem as well. And he knows it, and that's why he built them. He's actually going to... Oh, 2 more over here. Oh, wow, he's building an army. So I think he is getting... I was just going to say he needs... Because to me, Rome, like when you build a settler, it's like you're building a settler and a monument at the same time, right? So to me, I was like, if I was Rome, I'd want to get more cities down. But he also realizes what his job is with such a good start was to pressure to the north. So focusing on military and getting generals, getting his stuff online is the big key. And okay, here comes a musket. That's a sacrificial musket right there. There's a knight out here, but it doesn't really have an opportunity to get in. There's no way to get in here, right? Like, we talked about this at the beginning of the game. It's like mountains, lake, mountains into lake, mountains into one gap by this city, and then mountains again by another gap. So it's like there's really not a lot of play. Like, right now, they're probably wishing they had an opportunity to get units into the flank here, and they don't. Excuse me. Get a little bit of liquid in here. Blaken, good to see ya. Doomed. Machu Picchu on Rome would have been nice. Yeah. Machu Picchu was the play in China, though. In fact, they actually took it. Cree had been making a play on it in here somewhere. Where was Cree doing it? Was it here? Or... Yeah, I think it was here. They were making a play on it. And China beat it by a few turns, actually. Another crossbow coming. So they did chop it out. There was a tree here. They chopped this out, got that siege tower going. It's going to head up in here. These muskets are just hanging out. The knights will be able to flank and destroy the crossbowmen from helping out. And they should have that city. They're in a lot of trouble right now. I don't know what the answer is when it comes to TBD, if they're really going to be able to make a play to stop this. Because if you Irel, well, I mean, Russia's getting pretty close to Irel right now as this war goes along. If you take these guys down, I think that's ball game, right? Like I don't think that they can come back. Machu Pikachu. You two Norm, been watching Lurkin for a while. Thank you very much, Mike, and I appreciate that support, buddy. So, in another turn or so, I'm going to take a look at some of the tech tree choices. Certainly, Rome's gone bottom tree in the science, and Russia's kind of been forced there as well to get to muskets. But we'll take a closer look at that after this next turn.
Yeah,
you can see the pushes being made here. The bombards have fallen back to heal. Some units have been lost for sure. The knights have come around to do some flanking, but they're going to be in tough against these cuirassiers who are coming in from the back lines to do some flanking. As far as Victor is concerned, I do believe the reason for Victor here is because I think the city's in more jeopardy. I honestly do. This city is in serious trouble as soon as this siege tower comes here. The muskets aren't really being challenged, although there's 2 muskets here now, so we'll have to see. I don't know. I do know that Tordred, the guy running this guy, is, from what I've been told in chat by some people who know, one of the top 5 players in the world. So I'm not going to question his... I'm not going to question him too much. We did see a little flank here from a cuirassier and a big punch on Novgorod. And they got taken down to about 60% health. It's probably going to be a failed attempt. The musket jumped in time, or did not jump in time, but it's in there now to negate the second hit. It was a last move, first move attempt, and the crossbows are going to waste that guy right now, I think. Although maybe they've all hit now, but yeah, he's not going to be much longer for the world. The walls are going up now. Muskets are taking damage. He's got knights on the front line now. Crossbows, the really strong crossbows, continue to take position. Again, Rome doing a pretty good job defending here, but they're stuck doing un-Russian type things. Right? They don't really want to be doing this war, and it's kind of irrelling them while 214 culture gets pumped out of China. Although I will say, Cree is making a play on the culture side as well. If you take a look over here with Cree, we take a quick look where they are in the culture tree. They're about to have museums, and they're heading towards the industrial era on the culture side of things here. They are definitely making a play for themselves as well. Little bit, Germany to me is just, they didn't get wide enough quick enough. I feel like they sat on 6 cities forever, and I just don't feel like a tall play is ever the call when it comes to got a plus 20 Hansa there and then a plus 10 here. So he has the one really, really good Hansa anyway, but he doesn't have crazy production. There's a 16 and an 18 there. I don't know. He was focusing on a tall play, And his science is coming around some, but it's not crazy, you know.
Yeah, I totally agree with that too. Like with the room he has to go out to the west a little bit more, and then up to the north as well, right?
Yeah,
Like there's
it
no
just
reason
felt
why he
like
shouldn't go land grabbed.
yeah, I feel like he could have gone wider earlier, but
Well, especially too, because then he could be putting pressure on China right now. You know what I mean? Like, because Norway's not really doing that hot in the
yeah,
grand scheme of
exactly. They
things.
felt like they could have. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
And right now, like with the three of them over there, like with Phoenicia, Germany, and the Cree, like Cree's doing well, and Phoenicia's expanding too, doing their thing. But realistically, they're like literally not doing a whole lot of nothing as far as the game
Yeah,
goes,
like win
and it's kind
condition
of slipping
wise,
away from
right?
them. Yeah, like win condition wise, it seems like it's just totally slipping away.
He would lose just too much science to trade the place of a governor. Oh yeah, that I was going to say that, Vod. I was going to mention that too as well. Is the placement of Pingala and Amoxia is important as far as internal trade routes and stuff are concerned. Uh, so the science play for removing Pingala would have been really difficult. Now I will say it looks with Victor in here.
But couldn't he have shifted it to St. Petersburg for 10?
Well, no, but it's also the internal trade routes.
Oh, okay.
He might have his internal trade routes coming to the city. I don't know exactly. I don't see a lot. I don't actually
no worries.
see roads coming this way. So maybe he's not doing Pingala internals. Not sure if I could see that or not. We'll roll the dice here one more time. No, he doesn't have internals. He just has the pop. So he would have lost. Yeah, he's got. Yeah, he could have done that. He's not doing internal trade routes with Pingala. That was kind of the thought there. I like I said though, I do not disagree with the play on Yaroslav getting Victor simply because he was in a lot of trouble over here. Now he's been able to rotate some defenses over really quite well.
And one question too, because you know how pronunciation's my kryptonite. How do you pronounce the city that's TVER?
I don't know. Is there anybody in chat who knows how to say? Is one of those letters
like
silent?
I would guess the T would be
silent
Wood. And it would be verb, but I don't know.
Yeah, Wood. I don't know if it's morning. Is it? Is it morning in California right now? Just kidding. How long until Grandmaster's channel? Oh, Grandmaster's Chapel for Russia, not channel. Where is their government plaza? Already done. Yeah, Grandmaster's Chapel's already done, and we have seen what is their current yield right now? 222 a turn for Russian science. And yeah, we've seen some units pop out pretty quick. Some muskets have popped up to help over here, and then we saw some crossbowmen. A crossbowman popped online here. So yeah, they're able to defend pretty well with that. And you can see here even like they've been able to push this back. The bombards got kind of wasted. He is flanking with some field cannons, but just too much strong defense has gone up here. And it'd be interesting to see if he can save. Like again, this was again kind of reiterating the play on Victor out here. As I said a few turns ago, this was definitely the city under the most pressure. And once the it's getting close. Although, oh no, looks like they made a play to take out the siege tower, so they're now hitting the walls equally. So if the siege tower had not gone down, the city would be gone. So they did make a play and take out the siege tower. Coming with one only was probably a mistake. They could have chopped out a second one easily and brought two and had a better chance. So at this point, it doesn't look... It looks like Victor might have just saved the day in that city by putting him in there. So that was, I mean, there you go. That's why you don't question the motives of a guy that's that good at the game, right? It's morning. No, I know it's 16:53 in California. I was teasing. It is morning for Moondoggy though, so good morning to him. What's the question? Sorry, Dido still provides team a lot of gold. Yeah, Dido's crushing it on gold and science because she's continuing her free inquiry runs with all of her Kothons with the double adjacency on. So just absolutely crushing it on gold and allowing essentially Russia to run a negative on his gold. Because he's just going to keep getting fed gold from everybody else. The sim is strong on Team Dido. Yes, I agree. The sim is quite strong with Dido in particular. I'm a little bit, like I said, I was a little bit disappointed in Germany staying quite thin. But Cree did a very nice sim on their land, and they have 3, 6, 9. They have 12 cities now. It's still just 8 for Germany. 6 for Norway is quite minimal. It's really, at this point, I think the play at this point is really China culture victory, or transition to a Diplo victory is kind of the play as far as CC's victory condition, CC being this team here. I'm still a little bit unsure about what the victory condition for TBD actually could be right now, because I just don't see where their play is, because Russia, I felt like Russia's Tordrid and Russia was really their best chance at a victory condition, and he's just, I don't want to say he's being erelled, but he's just being slowed down so much, even though he hasn't lost any cities. And really, Rome, I don't want to say Rome's erelled themselves either, but they've spent so much, they've invested so much in this war and got nothing for it other than slowing Russia down, that they've really, I think their job was essentially to do this to Russia, and so they've done their job, but they've kind of slowed themselves down after such an amazing start. They've kind of committed, really nice settle there, to that, and a really nice campus as well. Seb, I'm staying with Norm. I appreciate it, Seb. Russia is playing like a god I would have fallen a long time ago in this position. Vav, I completely agree. I felt like for a long time like Russia was in a tough spot, and there was some discussion about people liking Russia's position, and I'm like, I couldn't understand that, what chat was talking about there. And I felt like, just because of the tech advantage, it felt like Rome was going to have a good shot, but they've just done just enough. They came up with the crossbows just in time to repel the Rome's unique unit. You know the one I'm talking about. The Legion. Thank you. The Roman legions. How do I forget that? And so they repelled the legions, so they had to pull back, and then they went and grabbed muskets. But then as the muskets were coming forward, they got, they got their knights online and were able to flank and get a couple muskets of their own, and just hold on and just have enough units in the way to keep them from dying. And then when they got flanked, with the kind of what seemed like it was going to be a good enough event, I didn't think Yaroslav had a chance. They had, I think it was 3 muskets and 3 knights right on the border, and at the time there was 2 archers and a swordsman on these 3 tiles, I think it was. And I was like, oh my god, that city's toast. And they got walls up, they got Victor in, got some crossbowmen online, turned a couple swordsmen into muskets, and just made that city live, which was crazy. It was very impressive. Don't worry, German tanks soon. Well, I mean, Germany didn't get super wide. Their science is coming online decently well, I will say. Still, turn 68, 1, 2, 3 plus 5 campuses still not taken advantage of. Norm cries. But yeah, he didn't get super wide. Does have some solid Hanses. We'll see what happens, but yeah, I don't know. Crossbows on the front line here. The night push coming up empty. Germany and it feels to me like Germany could have done more to push Norway as well. Like the Norway play in the waters wasn't there, and it feels like a play on the on Norway could have been had from Germany, and they just haven't made that push. Another knight coming here, some bombards, so maybe they're going to try a push here soon. Berserkers are going to get irrelevant when the knights come flying in, if he can get some knights coming, but we'll see. Maybe he can fight. The berserkers are so strong if they're attacking, right? But be curious to see how this comes around. So yeah, so Hendu did mention that combined scores. He did the math for us. Currently, you said TBD has 100 more science than CC does as far as total amount of science being generated. Which I mean is not insignificant. The big question is though is how wide are you, because you're going to need, like, for military purposes, and do you have the ability, like, production wise to win a science victory or to threaten science victory as a win condition, right? That's the curious part. 4 turns on the era. Workshop going in there. How wide is China right now? 3, 6, 9 cities in China. Rome's gotten much wider. They're now 9 wide as well. Aztec is 10 wide. And sorry, wrong one. Where's Aztec? Sorry. They're doing okay on science. They're leading their team in science actually now. So they made a science play, but they're back in culture. Oh, wow. That was quick. Russian counterattack. Holy cow. Russian counterattack, and Montezuma is thought that I think Montezuma was playing super safe. They started popping at all their campuses, thinking life was great, and
guys ranked top 5 in the fucking world. Like,
yeah, exactly, right. It's like yeah,
look at that. That's insane.
He repelled
a double attack,
that everybody thought was over, and then immediately counterattacks, and now Tux Coco can kiss those walls goodbye. He's got Victor in his backup plan for defense, but he just the guy. He is a monster. The guy is an absolute monster. He's got the skills, man. Holy cow!
That's crazy. Like, and that's what this whole CWC thing. I think it's gonna blow up, man. Like, once people start seeing this shit, because like Jesus Christ, like for lack of a better words, man. Like, I apologize to anybody who's religious, but really though, like, these games are insane, and like I feel so fortunate and blessed that, like, with the opportunity to actually cast them.
Yeah,
and
agreed.
Like, I think it's going to catch on like wildfire, and that's why I'd like to see them actually do some sort of like game mode for multiplayer, like officially, because like it would just be so much smoother, right? If we had all those technical
issues. if they invested in making the multiplayer side much more functional.
Yeah, because like look at StarCraft or Overwatch or like any of the other games, right? Like Counter-Strike, fucking you name it. Like they all their esports are taking off, or Fortnite for that matter. You know what I mean? Like, whereas if Civ could do something like that, even for Civ 7, like if it's too late for Civ 6 and the ship has sailed, like just
invest in that on the Civ 7 side. Yeah,
Civ 7. Like, think about how big it could get if like it's already getting good here. But anywho, that was my 2 cents. I'll shut up.
All right. Engineer coming online. That's a big high-end multiplayer play, is to get engineers online and put railroads down through your lands so that you can get your troops to the front lines faster. You can see another one here. So they'll build railroads all along their cities, and then that way, as you build, because sometimes your most productive cities might be on the opposite end of where the war is, right? And then if you can get your units across your land in 1 or 2 turns and then out to the front lines quicker, it can be the difference between a win and a loss. So, as you can see, Norway has come to the realization that they are going to get pushed quite hard. And so walls going up on the front lines and the capital as well. 7-turn crossbowman and a 5-turn pikeman is not going to get the job done. Should be really interesting. Germany with the attack, Russia with the counterattack. The science in Dido land is for real. I'm starting to like the way TBD is looking right now. Their science is taken off. Dido is absolutely making a hard play. The big thing is it's basically a China culture versus Dido science is really where this game's come down to. And then whether or not Germany can make themselves, it's when you say make themselves relevant, they're not irrelevant right now, but make themselves relevant in the victory condition sense by taking out Norway. Norway needs to act quick to put up a defense, because if they roll over for Germany right now, it's trouble. It's trouble for sure. Bachiro Strong, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome aboard. TD Meng, also with the follow 20 minutes ago. I must have missed it. I apologize. TD Meng 12. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, Tim's from my squad, but yeah,
is he?
On my side of thing is loving your casting.
Beautiful.
And yeah,
I'm glad they're joining. What did I just see there? That was weird. There must have been just troops moving. I thought that was weird. I thought I just saw something there. Spying has begun. The Aztecs have placed a spy in Novgorod. Spying, of course, is a key in the military side of game at this level, because you, of course, want to have diplomatic vision. In a lot of cases, it's just countering one another, because if you don't do it, they're doing it to you, and so you got to make sure you've got your spy game going that way to maintain your vision. So let's take a look real quick. 237 science. For those of you wondering how that's happening.
While you're here, what is she taking and what building is that in her government plaza? Or never mind, not even what is that she's building in where Pingala and Moksha is? Is that the same building, or am I just seeing it because it's 720? Like in Tier and Ugarit, or however you pronounce it.
Sure, that's the diplomatic quarter. They have Ancestral Hall, and they have yet to build their second building. They're going right here for Foreign Ministry. There you go.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
So, in case of you guys were wondering, so they've obviously got some nice campuses online. Not fantastic, but they're doubling them with their campus adjacency. So 6 there, another 2 there. Why is that not? Oh, they're not doubling them. Oh, okay. Sorry, that makes sense. But the reason why they're having such huge success on the science side is that they're in free inquiry for the second golden age in a row, and they have on their double harbor adjacencies, and so they've got, so for instance, 6 gold, and they're doubling it because it's a 3, but they're doubling it to 6 gold, and then they get the science as well. And so when you have these campuses online and you combine it with all these Kothons that are also producing 6 science, I think this one over here is 10 more science there. This one here is good for what, 8? Another 8 science. So it all adds up real quick. Again, all along here, Kothons, half price district, of course, being a specialty one. So really quickly put down a city, and within a couple turns, you can have a district giving you 4 science, 6 science, 8 science, in addition to the gold. That is some seriously heavy yield. Anybody out there who hasn't had themselves a lot of fun with a Phoenicia run, even in single player, I've had a lot of fun with some. I've had so many people come to my chat and be like, "Oh, Phoenicia sucks. These guys suck. Dido's the worst." No, you're not doing it right. You're not doing it right if you think they suck. I'm sorry to tell you. But yeah, Team Data 168 Science Advantage. That was a while ago, but thank you, Hendo, for keeping me updated. Science Advantage for TBD is quite apparent. Absolutely. Now, keep in mind too that that was calculated. I'm assuming that was calculated before the new age started, right? Because we're in the new age, so this is no longer happening. Right, the science has gone away there, so this 179 is as a fraction of what it was. Well, not a fraction. Well, it is a fraction, but not a small fraction. So yeah. So Vikings, what does it do? They didn't get much of a spawn, and they didn't get wide enough. They could have, if they'd have been quicker to it, they could have actually made a play up into the mountains a little further, and gotten a lot of really nice campuses and been more relevant. But they didn't really play a very relevant game. They've still only got 5 of their own cities, plus they took a city state. Like I'm new around here, so I don't want to be too harsh in my analysis of people, but it feels like Norway's had a bad game. They went early religion and then didn't feel like they had a plan beyond that. And they could have been more impressive, and they weren't. And now they're just trying to fight for their lives because there are big plays being made here. I wanted to take a quick look here. I hadn't gotten a chance. As predicted, China with another golden age, 3 in a row now. They have gone back into monumentality where they'll be able to purchase settlers with faith. They've accumulated quite the amount right here. So you can imagine that some more will be coming online. A Chichen Itza play up here. Not a ton of jungle, but it's really more about having the wonder than anything. Yeah, so you're going to see some settlers. Another settler here, probably heading down there. I'm not sure if anybody else is going to make a Petra play, so they could come, although they've kind of grabbed a bunch of land there in Muscat. So yes, China's going to get a little bit wider, build more theater squares, I'm sure, run theater square projects, do all the things. Russia flexing hard. They've got to make sure. So very interesting right now. Russia is putting a lot of pressure on Montezuma. If Montezuma falls to Russia, look at this, they still don't have walls. Like, if this city falls, where's your defense? They're building a trader and a 15 turn. Well, this has got walls already, but where are the walls? Like, how are you not getting walls going here? This city falls soon. He could get rolled by an elite player. And then on the other side down here, again, a chance of being rolled. Yeah, Russia and Germany could just erel a couple guys, and I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see. Altherian, is there a way the game shifts sides? Is there any way in the game you can't shift sides? No, you can't change to another team. No. Probably can't say cats either. Oh my god, Google can't pronounce it either. Haha. Maybe the Australians are saying it wrong. You ever think of that? Maybe you guys are saying it wrong. I side with you.
Yeah, I say we Canadians pronounce it right.
Yeah, maybe the rest of the world is saying it right, and the Australians are saying it wrong. Maybe that's the problem.
Kind of like the Americans in the metric system, right?
Yeah.
Or the imperial system.
Yeah, exactly. Bachiro strong. Russians' amazing defense changed the whole game. Now CC are great. Yeah, I agree completely. It looked like
it looked grim.
On 3 different occasions, it looked like Rome was going to have a chance to start rolling, and they played incredible defense. And then it looked like another chance over here. Like, if you'd have told me 20 turns ago that Texcoco would belong to Russia and not Yaroslav belonging to the Aztecs, I'd have told you were crazy. But I've just been taught a lesson in Tordred's insanity. So Congress ended up +5 combat strength on siege units. So that, you know what that's all about. Trying to make these pushes from Russia and Germany, I would imagine. Border control treaty. So Pound Maker's going to get borders received via player will not receive vehicle. Okay, so B against Pound Maker basically. and chosen player loses 2 to. Oh, so they ganged up hard to get. Because one of the victory conditions, 22 to 25, one of the victory conditions that they would be going for is China to win Diplo, and just barely, China was able to take 2 away, just by 2. Was it 2 votes? No, 3 votes. They were able to pull 3 away. That's pretty crazy. This city's gone as expected. I'm gonna want to see walls popping up here now. Like this trader, it has to be now. Even if you could 2-turn it, it has to be now. I hope you got limes in, because these units are gonna move fast. These are core cuirassiers that are gonna run over these guys and flank around, and this city will be gone. This city will be gone. Walls, 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 please, or you're dead. Also, when is Rome gonna put pressure in here? At some, like, look at these level 5 core and level 5 core field cannons. Good luck getting through that. Whew, man, you're gay long. No, you're gay long. You're damn right I'm gay long. You're damn right. Yeah, I really want to see a switch to walls here, because in 2 turns he's going to be surrounded. It's going to be ball game, and you can see why they voted +5 strength to siege units right there. There, and also here, +5 to siege units. Oh, there you go. Steel in 1. Good call. Steel incoming in 1. Walls are going to be a speed bump and nothing more. So that explains that. But still, just in time. Better get going still, you know? Banking. So the only golden age is China, who's on his 3rd straight. A couple people got stuck in normals over here, and everybody else is in dark. So people are going to be looking to go heroic. We'll have to keep a close eye on that. Yeah. Steel won't save you. Play the video. Oh, man. What's going on?
Literal.
Geelong.
Geelong. Geelong. Why is there 2 E's? Why'd you put 2 E's in there if it's Geelong? You just trying to be difficult? Was the person who decided how to pronounce that word possibly down by the harbor having a bunch of beers? Like Geelong, kind of like jabated. Am I getting jabated right now? But it was me. I made the decision. My choice. Rome. Wait. No. I was gonna say Rome coming to threaten, but Rome, this is Rome. So they're following the road, maybe trying to come up here to defend? I don't know why they wouldn't have gone through here, though. I'm not sure what these Roman units are doing. I don't know. But this is trouble with a capital T. With rhymes with me, and me thinks that they're in trouble. Dido, still doing Dido things up here. Super wide. 14 wide? Am I counting that right? 4 and 4 and 4. 13 wide. 13 wide, doing that thing they do. 3, 6, 9, 13, 14 wide. 14 wide Cree, 13 wide Dido. And Germany is 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10 wide now. They've gotten much wider since they were sitting on 6 for a long time, and they could potentially be even wider than that. I got to tell you, TBD, it looking really, really nice. Exactly, Josh, exactly. Jabated in Geelong. That's one thing you don't want to do. You don't want to get jabated in Geelong, because that's a fail condition right there. Theater Square projects going hard. Commercial or theater squares. I always call them theater square projects. They're theater square festivals, and then theater squares coming online. Still quite a while on Chichen Itza. There is a builder in here, probably going to get chopping on that. Campus, still more land to settle. Norway, did they ever get that other settler out? Still working on that other settler. Did not get wide enough. The Bombard is in town. This city is toast. Next turn, they have 2 Bombards in position to walk this thing. Yeah, it's trouble. It's big trouble in Little Norway. I'm going to tell you right now. It's big trouble in Little Norway. They're 1 turn on field cannons. If they have the gold, that could help them. Field cannons is going to be big. Right there. Look at how far behind he is compared to Steelan's right there. Like, he is just had. I'm sorry, Norway. I don't know you personally. It's not a personal attack or nothing, but you're getting wrecked. Having a bad day at the office. Now, mind you, it is the middle of the night in Russia, so the scheduling of this event was not in their favor. Check culture screen. Yes, I sure can. Let's check out the victory ideas. Culture 19 to 73. It's Cree trying to put up as much defense as they can. They've got their defense up to 72 right here, as you can see, making them get to 73. As long as Cree keeps putting up the culture defense, I don't like CC's chances at all. Not really much to look at other than, I guess, in here for scores, just out of curiosity. Yeah, you can see these guys are just simming the heck out of them. Like just beating them into the ground on the score front as well. It's not looking good. Tech wise, Germany has 31. Dido has 37 techs. And the next closest is 33 with Rome and 32 with China. Norway at 27. So that's a significant advantage Dido has on the science side as well. And then that heavy tourism from China is the only play, but this failed endeavor early. They needed to hurt Russia early, and look what's coming online. Cossacks coming online. They needed to hurt Russia early, and they didn't. An expansion this way would have helped, and instead they're getting pushed back this way. Does anybody in chat? They are a great team, as it turns out. Golden RPGs. They have a really solid team, and they're playing well. They're simming it out. And if anybody in chat has any hope for CC at this point, I'd love to hear it. I don't want to write them off. 21 turn anti-air gun. 19 turns. Let's go. The walls have thrown up here, so he's good to go. I didn't realize he was so close on steel, obviously, earlier when I was crying for the walls to go up. Team Dido still has 150 plus science advantage. Yeah. And just advantages across the board. What looked like early on, Rome was killing it with an amazing start. And China was doing China things, and it felt good. But the Aztecs just kind of floated along in all their space and didn't get a lot done. And Norway just had a bad game. And it's just they're just simming out. Russia's been badass. And then the Kree and Dido have just been simming out like beasts. Beasts in the east. Look at this when you look at the mini map. How do you make this bigger? Is it in here somewhere? So look at this. Just look at this third of the map, right? If you break it up into this third of the map, and then the middle third, which has got a lot of city-states, and then this third. Look at how much land those two hold. Damn Fordar, how you doing? Thank you very much for the follow. Welcome aboard. One lucky rock band, baby. Chinese metal. Let's go. Rock bands. Like, look at how much land that they're covering. Right? And then in the middle, there's a lot of city-states, and then 3 civs taking up some land. And then this third, basically, these guys are taking up the same amount of room as these 3. Like, this 2 versus these 3, right? Like, these guys are simming out hard and really rocking the trees. And it's, yeah, like, right now, domination feels like the victory condition. Scientifically based domination game, really. That's how I view it anyway.